Good evening again, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know. And I want to talk about things that people seek, things that people are attracted to, they aspire to, they have ambition towards, and many of them think that other people are somehow abnormal if they don't seek those same things. For example, money, power, sex. True love is probably in there, but many people don't necessarily seek these things out, and there's a good reason for that. I want to explain just for a moment if I can. Consider somebody who takes a job, any kind of job with status. Perhaps it has a corner office, it's got some kind of clout and honor that goes with it. People respect the person typically who has that job, and there's kind of two kinds of applicants who might apply for this job. Somebody who wants the position, or somebody who is motivated by the mission and wants to do a good job in that position. You see a lot of this in politics, or at least you used to. I think, as an aside, JFK, Kennedy, was one of those presidents, probably the last one actually, who took the job for the right reasons. He didn't want necessarily a position of power. He was so bothered by the state of affairs in the Union that he wanted to make positive change, right? He did. He actually formed the Peace Corps. He did a whole bunch of great stuff, which eventually caused him to get assassinated, but that's beside the point. Also, people who take that job just to have the title or the prestige that goes with it, you can predict what's going to happen because of their reasons. Their reasons for taking the position define their future success. It's a predictor. It's a powerful predictor. And, my point is that ambitious people who are motivated by money, people who seek power and they just assume it's great all the time, more the better, and they don't really understand how somebody might not want that position or that responsibility, those people, unfortunately, are the people who rise to those positions most often. It's connected to the Peter Principle. If you're familiar with the old Peter Principle, it came out in the 80s or 90s, and it says that people rise to their own level of incompetence. That is, they get promoted until they can't do the job anymore, and then they stagnate. They stay in that position. It's related to that. It's not the exact same idea, but so people who want power, for example, those are the people you got to worry about, if you ask me. I mean, I'm just being honest. I think people who seek power are the people who probably shouldn't have it, to be honest. They say that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I'm sure you've heard that. But I think that misses the mark. I really do. I think that it's an illusion caused by a different kind of situation that has the same, it looks the same, it appears the same. And it's actually that power attracts the corruptible. I think that people who are susceptible to being corrupted, who are, kind of shady character to begin with, are the most ambitious people of all. That's what I think. And in fact, the people who want to do a good job run away from responsibility sometimes because they recognize it as a dirty job, right? That's some hard work there. And unfortunately for everybody, the wrong people end up in the wrong positions, which explains some things, I think. But, JFK would have been a great president for much longer, I think, as an example, just to get back to that, if only he could, right? It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But I digress. Reach out if you like with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.